you feel about yourself? When you look in the mirror, who do you see? How would you describe yourself?
Who are you really? What is your worth?
This week, you will discover a key to your true identity. Welcome back to our Change How You Think weekly video podcast.
If you'd like to hear from us every week, then subscribe to our videos on YouTube or click on the weekly video tab at the top of this webpage, fill in the subscription form, and you'll get our free self-assessment ebook, Healthy Moods, along with your choice of mental, spiritual, or relationship information.
Have you found your identity, significance, and worth? Where can you look for it?
These are unusual questions, and they're topics usually avoided. They make us uncomfortable.
That's because most of us have never found the answers, so it's best to just think about something else.
Everyone wants a meaningful life of significance, but how do you know when you've arrived there? What do you base it on?
These are broad generalizations, but women often find their significance and identity primarily in the quality of their relationships.
Guys, on the other hand, usually find it in their accomplishments and performance.
There is a crossover, though, between those. But what happens to your identity when relationship falls apart and your performance fails? They are very shaky foundations for your significance.
I discovered this problem in myself. I've always been a very busy, driven person with endless goals. That was my identity. But if I wasn't busy accomplishing great things, I would fall into a slump and feel meaningless, insignificant, and even invisible. Over the past few years, God has shown me that my drivenness was a way of covering up my low self-esteem that I started in childhood. When I wasn't performing, the low self-esteem came right back.
We form our identity primarily in adolescence. This is when your father has the primary role to affirm, encourage, bless, and then launch you into adulthood so you feel confident, loved, accepted, and ready to live independently.
It is the father's role to tell you who you are so you can confidently form your own identity.
Unfortunately, very few fathers know about this important role, so most of us never form a secure identity in those crucial years.
So we struggle with insecurity and try to find it through performance, relationships, or anything else that seems to help.
Jesus had a proper launch into ministry by his Father. At the time of his baptism in Luke 3, verse 22, God's voice came from heaven and said, "You are my Son, whom I love. With you I am well pleased."
What had Jesus done up to that point to deserve so much praise? The Bible doesn't tell us that he did anything significant. He may have been a carpenter, that's all.
God blessed Jesus because of who he was, not what he did. Now Jesus wants to do the same thing for you.
Your identity is not based on your performance or relationships. It's based on who you are, a son or daughter of God, which makes you royalty.
Isaiah 61 verse 10 says, "I delight greatly in the Lord. My soul rejoices in my God, for he has clothed me with garments of salvation and arrayed me in a robe of righteousness. As a bridegroom adorns his head like a priest, and a bride adorns herself with her jewels."
You are his bride, wrapped in royal robes, seated with him in the throne room, with God looking upon you with a smile. That picture will change your life forever.
The next time you feel the need to perform or do something to lessen that awful feeling of insecurity and insignificance, begin listening to the voice of Jesus telling you how loved, secure, accepted, and valuable you are.
That's your true identity. It will change your life.
If you would like to learn how to find your true identity and accept yourself, come join us in the Free Your Mind program and do the course, Loving the Real You.
Free Your Mind is an online self-study program that will help you change how you think. It will guide you through a pathway of healing mentally, spiritually, and emotionally.
Through 15-minute videos, regular live group coaching calls, an online community forum, and 24-hour access to our entire video library, you can work at your own speed, anytime, from anywhere in the world, on any device to begin the life-changing transformation you've been looking for. You can learn more about it using the links below this video.
We'll talk to you next week, but this week, remember who you really are.